Good afternoon. I'm George Tabb, the Motivated Rider, and actually, I just went through a channel rebranding, and it's Get Motivated with George, and so I'm absolutely excited to do this this afternoon, and this is all new for me. Doing YouTube lives and doing YouTube. It's well, this aspect of it is new, not the whole. YouTube. I've been actually doing videos since 2006. And so this is really like a dream come true. All right. So, one of the things that I want to talk about this afternoon is why should you start a YouTube channel? If you're 40 and over and you're probably looking and you're watching and you're seeing other people start YouTube channels and you're wondering, should I start one? And I want to give you, roughly about 10 reasons why I think you should. Okay. And one of the reasons I think it'll be beneficial, especially if you're 40 and over. Okay. So I'm specifically talking to that group because that's the group that's most misrepresented on YouTube. All right. And so I think, you know, being over 40 myself, I was last to the party. All right. And so number one, so point number one. So hopefully by the end of this video, you will feel motivated or maybe feel inspired to start your YouTube channel. Okay. And so one is it's a way of giving back. So having a YouTube channel is a way of giving back. And it's a great way to share some of your knowledge, some of your wisdom, some of your experiences with others. Two, it's it's a great way to leave a legacy. Okay. And so a legacy is what I would consider would be something that you would leave behind long after you're gone. All right. And so it's a great way to leave a legacy. Um, Number three, this is a so number one, it's a way of giving back. Number two, it's a great way to leave a legacy. Number three, um, helps improve your communication. I've noticed since I've been doing videos over the last couple of months, I've realized that it has improved my communication. So my communication has gotten better. I notice every time I say um, it's like I just did, right? So it improves your communication. And I think the you can only go as far in life as your ability to communicate can take you. I have a private practice where I work with individuals and I work with couples. And one of the things that I realize is the people that have higher incomes have improved communication. So they are good communicators. So in other words, they're able to put their words into meanings. All right. So I'm sorry, they're able to put their thoughts into words. Okay. So they're able to communicate, they're able to put together the things that they believe, the things that they want to express, the things that they desire. They're able to put those things into words. Okay. All right. So number four is to crystallize your purpose. I think I think we all have a purpose, and I'm not one of these people that believe that, oh, your purpose is to be a doctor or be a lawyer or be a salesperson, right? Or to be a coach. I don't believe that. What I do believe is we do have, I feel like we have places where we excel. And sometimes if we don't try different things, then we won't figure out what that purpose is. So I think sometimes it's good to just try something and experiment with it, and you'll be surprised how much you may like it. A lot of times it's hard to see inside of something from the outside. right? I don't know if you've ever seen a house and you thought, man, that looks like an average house. But then when you get inside, it's an amazing house. So I feel like it'll crystallize your purpose. Number four. Number five is personal growth because you've got to grow. So you will grow, right? Especially if you start and you just continue, right? So you will grow. You will learn how to communicate. You will learn how to put your words together. You will learn how to manage your disappointments. I think it's one thing to work on a job and get a paycheck every Friday, but then to do something like YouTube where maybe everybody doesn't go viral in their first 2 months, right? So, will you be able to stick with it? Will you be able? So, in that way, I think it's a personal growth exercise. All right. And then number six, I think if you're over 40, you have more depth versus the hype, right? So, what I've seen is a lot of the young folks, and I enjoy watching their material, but sometimes it's more hype. And I think with 40 and over, with your experiences, you have more depth. Okay. So you've got more depth. All right. And a lot of it is because you have a lived experience. So a lot of the things that you're going to be talking about, a lot of things that you're going to have expertise in, it's going to be because you had those experiences and you lived through those experiences. And now you're here to share that wisdom. Okay. And so, um, the other, so, it, depth versus hype. So that's that depth. Okay. So you'll have that depth. The other point is, point number seven is you have built in authenticity. By the time you're 40 and over, a lot of times you've accepted your strengths and your weaknesses, and you know where your weaknesses are. So, you're not putting on airs or you're not trying to be someone else, um, because you already understand that you can only be successful at being yourself. So, you have a built in realness, a built in authenticity. Okay. So, that was point number seven. Point number eight is, believe it or not, 40 and over holds 80 to 85% of the wealth. So most people that are probably making, I would say, over 70, 80,000 a year are over 40. Why? Because they've been doing what they've been doing for 15 years, for 10 years. So 85% of the wealth is individuals that are 40 and over. So you hold a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding on how things work, on understanding on how the world works. You've lived through it and you've got the scroll. Okay. Describe or the scroll. I'm sorry. Okay. So, so 40 and over has 80% of the wealth. All right. And number nine, and I've kind of alluded to this already, but number nine, it keeps you sharp as you get older. Right. So this is something that you could be, if you wanted to, 80 years old in doing it. You could do it from your comforts of your phone, from your home. You can do it on your cell phone. So it can help keep you sharp and give you another set of goals, give you something else to work towards. Number nine. So number nine is it can help keep you sharp as you get older. And then last is your advice is from a lived experience. So this is something, so you're not speaking what you think, you're speaking what you know because it was a lived experience. This is something that you've gone through. This is something that you've lived through. And I know I've kind of reiterated that already several times, but I don't think I can reiterate it enough. I think part of the challenge is we look at what's happening with young men and young women. It's a lot of times that information is not available. And so I think you having a YouTube channel, please don't take for granted the things that you've learned throughout your life, the things that you've lived through. Like you may have lived through some type of medical scare, or you may have lived through a blended family. These things are not easy. Maybe you've been married a couple times and now you know kind of how to show up in a relationship. So you've got that advice that you can share. So thanks for watching. Also, I want to let you know one of the things that I want to be doing with this channel is I want to be I want this channel to be live. So I do plan on doing some more things live. And so, but I do need your help. So what I like to do is I like to be able to answer questions. So I am a mental health therapist. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I own a private practice. I see individuals. I do a lot of work with men. I do a lot of work with couples and relationships. And so I would like to maybe answer those type of questions. And so if you've got something like that, maybe we can, do something live or something like that down the road. I'm not sure how to do that now, but I'm learning. I'm still trying to learn the platforms and what software you need and all those things. But that's where I see this channel heading. And that's why I went through the rebranding with Get Motivated with George. And so I think motivation is about clarity, about understanding who you are, gathering who you are, getting a sense of who you are, and your concept about yourself. And that's what I want to help you do with this channel. So thanks for listening in. Thank you for watching. If something kind of resonates with you, you can like, you can subscribe. If not, it's no big deal. Okay. All right. See you next time.